So our next report is about the influence of IT on culture and social behavior. With the prevalence of technology getting widespread, there are issues, both positive and negative, that surface. In Chapter 1, the positive and negative effects of ICT brings to individuals. Organizations and society are discussed, but regardless of whether the effect is positive or negative, the sudden surge of ICT has created an influence on how people's lives have been changed, for better or for worse. However, it is important not to rely solely on the technology. It should also focus on self-realization and social interaction. So, in the Philippines, we are formerly called as the texting capital of the world due to high number of SMS being sent and received on a daily basis by the people or the citizens here in our country. And right now, we are dubbed as the most social nation. So we are a very socialized person. It is discovered by the Opera Mini in 2015. The study identified that mobile phone users in the Philippines access social media more than any other sites. In Opera Mini's top 50 user countries worldwide, the Philippines ranked first with an 86% page view. So that is really a very great percentage. And with smartphones becoming cheaper and more accessible, people get to spend more time online, wherever and whenever they want to, due to its mobility. The smartphone adoption rate has grown from 41% to 55% in a span of 1 year. So in a span of 1 year, there are about 9% increase in our smartphone adoption rate. So it is with the Android as it is the most popular operating system. The study also found that Filipinos view on average of 699 web pages per month. That is close to 23 pages viewed per day. So however, with this type of technological process, it is observed that the attitude and behavior of people, not just Filipinos but people around the world who are using technology and gadgets, are evolving to meet technology's evolutions. So for example, is the invention of the telephone in 1800s paved the way for long distance communication. It created a behavior for people to stay in their home, so they will not gonna go meet the people to have conversation with. And fast forward to 2017, people call each other on their mobile phones just to ask what they want to eat for lunch. So people really connects easily with others without any face-to-face or physical interaction through mobile phones. With the invention of cars and other modes of transportation, humans have created a culture of how they do commuting, the concept of carpooling, and even the options of where to spend vacation. It is the same with the introduction of technology and the internet. The fast-paced evolution of mobile technology and the internet has greatly changed how people perceive communication. In previous chapters, it is mentioned how online commerce started on the web, but later on evolved into a mobile platform, revolutionizing the way customers buy products and services. So, Gilkey said or identified in the year 2015 in his article that the many hundreds of small ways that technology alters individual and collective behavior on a daily basis. So it may not be noticed because it is just small ways, but they are slowly becoming prominent, which is probably why the so-called generation wars are now becoming popular. Example like baby boomers versus the Gen X, or the Generation X versus millennials, which the obvious disparity between these generations publicized in social media. So moving on to the influence of culture The IT's influence on culture. So, an online reviews. Technology affects the basic human behavior of decision making through reading online reviews by other people. Like if you are gonna watch a movie, so usually right now, nowadays, we are reading people's review first before watching a movie. So to know beforehand if the movie is good or bad to watch. So the decision is done by the other people. So, with the proliferation of online information, it is easy to find details on a certain movie or book. However, with sites such as example like Rotten Tomatoes, one can actually make a decision on what movie to watch simply by reading the reviews of other people. So that's what I've mentioned earlier. So the second is about web blogging or social media. Nowadays, food bloggers post pictures of their meals in restaurants along with a food review. So it is the so-called food photography. This trend created a culture of people dining with friends or family without actually interacting with them. So it is like sitting physically with another person, but you are not interacting with them. People would first take pictures of their meal and post it online. Others, during the course of the meal, would even use their phones to update their online status instead of talking to other people in their group. So that is usually normal right now, where people eat and simultaneously use their mobile phones. This is one typical example of technology in the form of web blogging, and social media affecting social interaction. So it really changes our culture. Like if you can think about the past, it is really not usual or common to see people using their mobile phones while they are eating. But right now, it is considered normal. So third is the YouTube learners. YouTube is one of the most popular social media sites. People can watch videos, comment on them, and upload their own videos, among others. Thus, YouTube serves as a source of videos with people searching for almost about anything online. May it be from trivial topics in politics, in our country, updates on a specific celebrity, or to a more serious subject matter. This fact influences the acquisition of knowledge and learning of certain skill sets. Instead of reading books or listening to their teachers' class lecture, students would rather watch YouTube to learn the lesson again. So, but usually also there are a lot of teachers who only provide YouTube links so that students can watch their lesson and learn their lesson online and on YouTube. Again, this is another such situation in which technology affects the culture, the time of learning. So, we're gonna go on to our next topic, the influence of IT on social behavior. So, cyberbullying. Behavioral choices, especially of teenagers or adolescents, are influenced by technologies. Cyberbullying, for example, is a serious phenomenon brought about by social media. Cyberbullying is an unwanted, hostile behavior done by individuals to other people in the hope of gaining control over them. So, cyberbullies can be your classmates, your neighbors, your office mates, and even your friends. So, victims of bullying often end up with personal traumas, of course, so because it is really horrifying. And since the act of bullying is done online, the attackers may also be individuals that are anonymous or unknown because they can hide their true identity behind their internet profiles. So we also call them like fake or yes, fakers. An internet profile, or also called an internet identity, online identity, or internet persona, is a profile created by the internet users to establish their social identity in online communities, social media sites, and other websites. Because some consider as online identity to be a possible breach in privacy, this has led to the creation of an online mask, an online profile created through a series of questions like username, gender, age, and etc. However, this mask may lead to a misdirection or, in a worst case, to misidentification and misinformation. So, for example, while a handle or a username student 2006 may mean that the user is a student, and 2006 may mean either the user's year of birth or year of entering the school. So there are really a lot of possible meanings from your username. Unfortunately, some internet profiles are created to intentionally mislead or misinform people. So these are people that are or that have bad intentions or bad purpose in using technology. In a previous example, it is possible that the username is randomly created and it is not all related to the user's real identity. So choosing a gender also gives the user the option to either be a boy or a girl. Setting the birth date online gives the person the option to either be younger or older, especially since Facebook requires its users to be at least 13 years of age before they can create an account. So internet users can really fake their personal identification. So registering someone who is 13 years and below on their behalf is also not allowed and is considered to be a violation of their terms and conditions in Facebook. However, again, one can indicate any age and continue using Facebook when he or she is below the minimum age requirement. So this misdirection or misinformation may have dangerous consequences, which is why it is really important to follow the netiquette rule on personalizing the IT. The internet profile, be it true or misleading, apparently gives people the confidence they would not really have if they are in a face-to-face confrontation. So a seemingly innocent picture, for instance, or a grammatically wrong post may be criticized or bashed. So the fake identification you have can also give you confidence. Nonetheless, there are still many problems of the fake identification or fake profiles badly. Cyberbullying comes in the form of messages or images, such as memes. Since messages or images can be posted anonymously, it is really hard and oftentimes difficult to trace the source. It becomes more problematic if the message or image gets reposted and goes viral. So finding the original post might prove to be even harder. Victims of cyberbullying may experience same trauma as a real-life bullying victim. The difference, however, is that cyberbullying is on a such much larger scale. Defending oneself from this kind of attack is difficult as most of the cyberbullies use internet personas, which, as previously discussed, may be real or faked. Even their actual location may be difficult to trace. So, the internet is really a wide vast of another portal here in our universe. So there are really a vast world where anyone can do their own thing and without any laws provided. The good news is that the society, communities, and the government are devising ways to stop bullying, be it digital or otherwise. As discussed in the previous chapter, the Philippines has identified several laws, including the Cybercrime Prevention Act, also known as RA 10175, to help catch the cyberbullies. But ultimately, in order to prevent cyberbullying from happening, individuals, especially the youth, are encouraged to talk to their families and friends in case they experience such a situation online. Involving parents and teachers in young individual social media activities, such as adding them to Facebook, may help. If not, stop cyberbullying, as they can also see any untoward incidents happening to these youngsters while online. So it is really not a safe place, the internet. So we just need to be vigilant always and be careful of the things that we do and accept, and the friend requests that we have on Facebook or any social media accounts. So be safe, guys, on the internet. So thank you.